In politics, some moves spark debate, others ignite full-blown firestorms. And this was an inferno from the moment it was announced. A single decision, made quietly behind closed doors, has detonated into a national controversy that's gripping headlines, dominating social feeds, and shaking the foundations of power. But what if I told you, this decision may not have been about qualifications at all? Stay with me. The announcement hit like a thunderclap on a quiet afternoon. Without warning, the appointment was made official, an unexpected choice that left seasoned political watchers scrambling for answers. There were no long vetting processes, no open discussions, just a press release that seemed to drop out of nowhere. Within minutes, reactions flooded in from every corner of the political spectrum. Some praised the move as bold and strategic, others condemned it as reckless and self-serving. Behind the scenes, insiders say the decision was months in the making. Quiet conversations in hallways, late-night phone calls, carefully timed meetings away from the cameras. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment move. It was calculated, and it set off a chain reaction no one could fully control. And trust me, when you see who was in those backroom meetings, you'll understand why people are so alarmed. The backlash didn't just stay online. It spilled into television debates, political talk shows, and even late-night monologues. Within 24 hours, the appointment was being dissected from every possible angle. Cable news channels ran split-screen segments showing the announcement alongside footage from past controversies. Social media became a battlefield. Supporters rallied behind the appointee, touting past wins, while critics fired back with receipts, threads listing alleged failures and questionable decisions. And then came the whispers that this wasn't about qualifications at all. It was about loyalty. But here's the thing. Loyalty in politics often comes with a price tag. And the cost here? It could be enormous. Reporters began uncovering a web of connections stretching far beyond this one appointment. Old alliances resurfaced, past favors came to light, and slowly, a picture emerged. One where influence wasn't just a byproduct of the role. It was the role. The narrative turned darker when journalists uncovered ties between the appointee and figures already embroiled in unresolved controversies. Suddenly, this wasn't about whether someone was fit for the job. It was about whether they were placed there to protect certain interests. And wait until you hear what one former official told me about friendly investigations. Public rallies erupted in multiple cities. Protesters demanded transparency. In some places, counter-protesters showed up, leading to heated confrontations. Lawmakers faced mounting pressure to take a stance. Some doubled down in support, warning against what they called politically motivated hysteria. Others pushed for oversight hearings. Meanwhile, the appointee remained largely silent, appearing only briefly in front of cameras, sticking to rehearsed talking points. That silence only fueled speculation. And then, just when things seemed to be settling, the first insider broke ranks. A former staffer, speaking under the condition of anonymity, claimed the appointment had been locked in weeks earlier, not for merit, but because of assurances certain investigations would be steered in a favorable direction. Though unverified, the claim landed like a bomb. Watchdog groups demanded answers. Editorial boards called for inquiries. But this was just the tip of the iceberg, because the real shock came when leaked documents began to surface. The leaks, allegedly from internal meetings, hinted the role came with the power to decide which legal cases advanced and which quietly disappeared. If true, this wasn't symbolic power. It was political weaponry. Allies called the leaks fabrications, but insiders whispered they were disturbingly accurate. Opposition leaders pounced, calling for legal challenges to block the appointment entirely. Public opinion began to fracture. And here's where it gets really interesting. Because those leaks, they might connect to a scandal that's been buried for years. What began as a quiet personnel move is now one of the most explosive political showdowns in recent memory. The protests, the leaks, the whispers of backroom deals. It's spiraling into a storm with no clear end in sight. So the question now is, will the truth ever fully come out? Or will this be another controversy lost to the chaos of the news cycle? We'll be tracking every development, every twist, and every reveal. Because if the rumors are true, the next chapter could be the most shocking yet.